and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, who joins us now. Senator, you equally had strong remarks, and going back to this case of this supervisor in the school and this memo about domestic terrorism for parents. You said that all I can conclude is either you're not in control of your department, or more likely, I think, to be the case is that you knew full well exactly what would happen, meaning the memo going after and targeting parents that are concerned about what's being taught in their kids' schools.
Yeah, what we saw, Sean, is that the Department of Justice federal prosecutors are already drawing up a list, 13 crimes on this one particular list, 13 crimes that parents could be charged with. These are federal crimes, by the way, Sean. So you got the Attorney General standing up there saying, oh, we're only concerned about violence. Meanwhile, his prosecutors are drawing up lists of crimes that parents could be charged with that have nothing to do with violence. One of them was making an annoying phone call to a school board member. That's on the list of something a parent could be charged with by a federal prosecutor. I mean, you talk about an attempt to chill speech, to shut down speech. That's it.
You made a good legal argument because the Supreme Court has been clear that with the word intimidation and with respect to the constitutional protection, and that it directs a threat to a person with the intent of placing a victim in fear of bodily harm or death. These are parents saying, no, we want age-appropriate information that's given to our kids. We don't want critical race theory. And we don't think parents speaking out ought to be labeled or looked at or investigated as domestic terrorists.
You know, parents have every right, Sean, to go to a school board meeting. I've got 3 little kids of my own. They've got every right to go to a school board meeting and say, hey, I don't want my kids taught critical race theory. I don't want my kids forced into mask mandates that aren't right for them or vaccine mandates that aren't good for them. They can express their opinion on anything, Sean. They pay the taxes, these parents do. They're voters. And the idea that the Biden administration and Merrick Garland would weaponize the FBI against parents to try and silence speech, I mean, man, that is a new low, not just for this administration, but in American history. Joe Biden owns it. Merrick Garland owns it. And I think history is going to remember them unkindly for it. And more than that, I think the voters are going to remember them unkindly for it and express their views here pretty soon.
We just got an internal memo within Fox News from Chad Pergram. And apparently Joe Biden is going to the Capitol tomorrow for the Democratic caucus meeting at 9 a.m. And then the president, I guess, is headed to Glasgow on this summit, this I don't know, whatever, energy summit or climate change summit. Anyway, so there is a push. There seems to be this intramural battle within Democratic ranks. You got the progressive wing, and then you got the less progressive wing, but it's a matter of degrees of socialism, right? It seems that they can't come to an agreement. It seems that they really want to spend trillions, and they don't have any means to pay for it. It seems the talking point that $3.5 trillion will cost you zero has not particularly gone over well with the American people. Where do you see this headed?
Well, I think the real problem here is that the American people look at this and it's desperately unpopular. I mean, the American people look at what Joe Biden has given America: runaway inflation, a foreign policy that's in total shambles, a border that is a source of crime and drugs pouring across it. People can't get basic supplies. They can't buy Christmas gifts. They can't get their car repaired. That's Joe Biden's America, and now the Democrats want to double down on it. That's their real problem, Sean. It is so unpopular, and some of the Democrats in Congress are starting to realize that. They're like, whoa, people don't want this. And yet some other Democrats want to drive it right over the cliff. So they are fighting among themselves because the American people don't want what they're selling. And again, I think that pretty soon the American people, whether it's at Virginia here next week and in the races to come, they're going to get to weigh in. I think they're going to send a loud message.
I'll ask you the last question I asked Senator Cotton. Afghanistan disaster, border disaster, more people, Americans dead of COVID this year than last year. Inflation, the economy, giving up energy independence. We have hostile regimes, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. They don't seem intimidated by Joe. You ever think it can get this bad in 10 months?
No, but I tell you one thing he has been successful at, which is discrediting woke liberalism for the joke that it is. I mean, the woke liberals want to remake this society. They want to change America from top to bottom. They want to impose their value system on this country, economic socialism, hollow out the working class. And now Biden's exposed that for what it is, a total and complete disaster.
Great job today. A few of you did an amazing job. You did a great job. Cotton did a great job. Cruz did a great job. Lindsay did a great job. You're all great today. And we need Republicans to stand strong like this and united. And Merrick Garland should resign. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Senator. Appreciate it.